Bad news this morning for hundreds of thousands of people in West Virginia whose drinking water is contaminated.
The chemical spill, it contaminated the water supply. Up to 300,000 people
affected by a chemical spill from an industrial plant.
The chemical began leaking from a hole in a storage tank in the facility behind me.
The state has ordered the company believed to be responsible for this chemical spill.
New warning tonight for those who are pregnant. You should not be drinking the water.
The National Guard is on the scene too. Water bottles like liquid gold. Many are starting to have serious questions about the health risk they may face from exposure to a chemical officials know so little about.
They brought every kind of container they could find. Jugs, bins, and bottles to fill up as the people of Charleston, West Virginia learn just how precious clean water is.
Local tap water, not safe for drinking, cooking, bathing, or even washing dishes. The question, when will this problem be fixed? If there's any little tiny bit of good news here in Charleston, it's that state officials say their testing of the water shows that the contamination level is going down. State officials say it could be soon that the water is safe for some daily chores, but they can't pinpoint when. This woman had taken a bath in the contaminated water and now claims this rash on her leg is a direct result.
Do not cook with it, do not wash clothes in it, do not take a bath in it.
The advisory set off a run on stores, people emptying shelves of water bottles across the region.
This was not a coal company, this was a chemical supplier that where the leak occurred. You know, as far as I know, there was no coal mines within miles of this particular incident.
No one was prepared for something like that to happen.
Who still don't believe their water is safe. They won't drink it, they won't bathe in it, they won't cook with it.
No one was prepared for it.
I was live on the air when the governor's first tweet went out basically announcing.
Do not use the water in Charleston. And that was really kind of the gist of it. I didn't know what else to expect, and I was just looking for more answers, as everybody was, I'm sure, but it was just kind of a panic thing, thinking that the water is out.
It quickly became clear this was not a boil water advisory. This was something much more serious.
What the chemical spill taught us is that water is extremely valuable, and we just often take it for granted.
So basically, as far as covering it, I kind of came at it from various platforms, covering it in a variety of ways, from either aggregating information from other reporters out in the field, pulling in information that we were gathering ourselves. Surprising enough, the instinct didn't kick in for everyone in that area.
If residents in these areas aren't aware of it, or if it doesn't become part of what they're conscious of, it has less value.
I think that city and state officials were more concerned in the immediate aftermath with tax revenues that were being lost than almost anything else.
Again, until the public becomes aware of what's around them, the science has less value.
When it comes to something as essential as water, know what's going into the water. Know how your water's processed. Understand what potential hazards there are along the waterways which feed your particular system. People didn't know.
About analyzing the situation or evaluating whether or not I wanted to live in Charleston anymore was not even, there was no question, there was no time to make those questions. So, interacting with the situation but not necessarily involved. With this, anyone that lived in Charleston or the 9 counties that were affected were directly involved, including all the media. So I think that, you know, unless it would be a situation like a journalist had a family member involved in a news story or a friend or another colleague, you're not really affected by the piece itself as far as the incident happening.
No matter how many times we would explain the process as it had been explained to us, viewers weren't believing what they were hearing and what they were seeing.
Just have so much water, and that water has a dilution value to it, so it dilutes our pollution. But what we saw from that chemical spill is that when we don't have water, it creates a serious situation.
Because there had been that confusion in the beginning, and because there had been some mixed messaging early on and then throughout the rest of the process. And when that trust is broken, it's very difficult to regain that.
I think that there's a myriad of people, from the people that were operating the business itself to local politicians and the county commission. Anyone who knows anything about steel industrial tanks could drive down I-79, look and see 100-year-old pop-riveted carbon steel tanks, and think that maybe they weren't the best thing to be running.
The economic value of water spread across so many different facets of life that it almost gets, pardon the pun, but it gets diluted because you've got a tourism sector, you've got a quality of life sector. People's willingness to pay for clean water is huge. You've got a recreational sector, you've got the power industry sector, and then of course you have the drinking water sector, and all of these things draw on the value of water.
What I'm looking to gain is the ability to have the time and to have the resources to do something new and to do something that people are going to pay attention to and that's going to matter to people.